Hi girls, welcome back. I hope you had a great Hanukkah vacation and got to bond with your friends and family. So a couple of years back, there was this really fascinating picture. It was the Kinnis HaShluchim picture, where everybody all looked the same hats, same ties, same glasses, but there was one person who wanted to make a statement, and he wanted to try to stick out. And so he dressed up as Waldo, and he asked the question, "Where is Waldo?" And that picture went viral, it went onto social media, it made a really big statement out there of the message, are these rabbis unique or is each one of them the same? And I think that question is such a powerful question because so many of us come from large schools and we're all dressed in the same uniform and we're wearing the same clothing. And we ask ourselves, am I unique or am I the same? What makes me different? And then we go to camp and we say, okay, maybe here I'll be unique. And we're all wearing the same shirts, the same camp shirts. And the question is, am I different? Am I unique? Or are we all the same? And I think that in these past weeks in the Parsha, we meet the brothers, all the brothers, 11 brothers who are shepherds. And they're serving Hashem in this uniformed fashion. They're all shepherds and they're all serving Hashem in this black and white, very robotic fashion of serving Hashem properly, but something slightly is missing. And comes along this brother Yosef, who is out of the box. He's very colorful and he says, I want that my Yiddishkeit should be unique. I want to be different. I don't want to be the same. I want to be able to use my unique gifts and talents in order to serve Hashem. As a matter of fact, Yaakov noticed that and he made him a colorful coat, representing the colorful kind of character trait that Yosef represented of making Yiddishkeit your own. And I think that's really the message of every single one of us. The Rebbe says that on one hand, we all have the Shvatim inside of us. We all have this uniformed Yiddishkeit. We go to school and we're learning Chumash together and we're learning Halacha together and davening together, and that's good and that's healthy and that's important. But then there is that little piece of Yosef that's beckoning for us to be part of. And the Rebbe says that Yosef is that unique gift and talent that we need to express, that we need to make Yiddishkeit our own. In order for Yiddishkeit to be ours, we need to really reflect on ourselves and say, what's my unique gift and talent that I personally could contribute to the world that nobody else has that ability to do? A year or two ago, we took a group of students to Poland and we went to the Jewish cemetery there. And in the cemetery, there's different matzevas, and one particular matzeva said, here lies the Netziv Reb Naftali. Who was Reb Naftali? Reb Naftali shares a story and he says like this, when I was 6 years old, I was a little boy and I was ready to go to sleep and there was a knock on the door. And it was my Rebbe. My Rebbe from Cheder comes inside and he sits down with my parents and he says, Naftali is really not the yeshiva's type of student. He doesn't listen, he doesn't cooperate, he's not participating. Maybe he should just stay home and he should work in your business. And he says, I heard this and I ran down the hallway and I cried and I said, please don't write my eulogy now. I'm only 6 years old. Give me another chance. Please give me another chance. And my Rebbe agreed. And I went back to yeshiva and this time I threw myself into my learning. I really wanted to make it my own. I really wanted to make it personalized. I really wanted to make my Torah learning my own personalized education where it's not just everybody's, but it's mine. And he stood there at the groundbreaking of the largest yeshiva in Europe that he founded. And he says, I shudder to think, at 120, I would go up to Shemayim and everyone would be happy. And they would say, Naftali, you did a great job down here. You built beautiful wood and you sold beautiful shoes. But Naftali, you could have done so much better. Where's your manuscripts that you wrote? Where is the yeshiva? Where are the students? Where are your talmidim? And he says, I shudder if I would have not heard that conversation when I was 6 years old with my Rebbe and my parents. I shudder to the fact that I would have not given myself that chance and that opportunity to throw myself into my learning. Girls, every single one of us has that opportunity to be able to make this Yiddishkeit our own. Every single one of us has opportunity to be able to grow into something big, to grow into something larger than ourselves, but we just need to believe in ourselves. Sometimes more than believing in Hashem, it's harder to believe in ourselves. So I think we all love Apple. Many of us like all the Apple gadgets, hopefully if we use it for the right purpose. And the question is, who are these investors in Apple? Who made Apple? So it was actually three people: Steve Jobs, the next one was Steve Wozniak, and the third guy was Ron Wayne. And these three people were the investors in Apple who started Apple. Now Ron Wayne, after making a couple of $1,000s, he said to himself, I made a lot of money now, and I don't want to lose that money, so I'm going to back out of the company, and I'm going to back out of my stocks. And sadly, today, Ron Wayne is living in his garage. He sells stamps, and he's on government programs, and he could have been a billionaire together with his other two partners. A billionaire today. That's what Apple stocks are. Had he not left his stocks early. Had he not left his stocks early. Girls, every single one of you are gems. You're diamonds. You're Hasidim of the Rebbe. Don't sell your stocks short. Now is your time to invest in yourself. Learn. Throw yourself into your learning. Get to know who you are. Get to know through the Torah learning what you enjoy and what's unique to you. If you like halacha, delve into halacha. If Hasidus talks to you more, throw yourself into Hasidus during school and after school. And number two is think of the talents and the gifts that Hashem gave you. And how are you utilizing it to the best of your ability? If you sing, dance, if you're good at social media, help your teachers make slideshows so to make learning easier for everyone in class. If you like to write for your school newsletter. Take your talents, your gifts, and your abilities. Many initiatives that we have were started by simple people. The Chayenu. Two people said, how can we make chitas more user-friendly? And they went and they translated the chitas and they put nekudas to the chitas, and now it's global and it's nationwide and it's international and it's everywhere. Why? Because two people started the initiative of Chayenu. The project Lukot Sichos. Two people said, how can we make the Rebbe's Torahs known to everyone? And they threw themselves into it, and they went, and Project Lukot Sichos now is nationwide and international. Simple people. The Hatzalathon. How can we unify the Jewish people at this time of COVID? Three simple businessmen went ahead and started the Hatzalathon, and it went viral, and it was unbelievable. There were two young boys, like 8 years old, who wanted to start something, and they made a pencil gemach. And they told their class that anyone who needs pencils, we are starting a pencil gemach. Anyone who needs a pencil can borrow a pencil. Amazing. They were so proud of their accomplishment. They wrote to the Rebbe, and they said, Rebbe, we started a pencil gemach. And the Rebbe wrote back a letter to the directors of the pencil gemach, leaving a check for these boys. Because the Rebbe looked at them and the Rebbe saw their potential, and the Rebbe took their job seriously. Two young little boys who wanted to start the initiatives. We all know of Zusha and Reb Melech, two great tzaddikim. And Zusha would always say, when I go to Shemayim, I'm not nervous if they're going to ask me why were you not like Avram, because I'll say I wasn't Avram. I didn't have the heart of Avram. I didn't have the achnasas orchim of Avram because I wasn't created with Avram's DNA. Why weren't you like Moshe? Because I didn't have daily conversations with Hashem like Moshe did. But I shudder when they ask me, Zusha, why weren't you the best Zusha that you can be? Why weren't you the best Zusha that you can be? Girls, Mashiach is coming. And the question we're going to ask ourselves is, why were you the best chassid that you can be? Are you the best chassid with your gifts, your unique talents, your ability to be able to share that with everyone else? Am I the best that I can be? So I just want to share with you something personal. I love singing, some of you might know, and I really appreciate music. And when I was younger, I was in productions and I was in choirs. And in camp, I got to help make some songs. But as I was getting older, I had this little pit. And I said, how am I going to be able to express my talent in singing when there's not that much opportunity? And then I moved on shlichus. And I realized that there's going to be a lot of things that my kids are not going to be able to learn that I got to learn in school. Different songs of the Rabbeim, Pirkei Avos, of Tanya. And so I decided that I was going to record some songs for my children so that they can learn what I learned in school when I was younger. And then it dawned on me and I stopped and I said, if Hashem gave you a talent, it's not just for you, but share with others around you so that you can make this world a dir b'tachtainim, a garden for Hashem. And that is when the first volume of Chassidus Shechalemus began. I said, if this is something I'm going to make for my children, I'm going to make for others. And I started with Nigunim, and then I started with Tanya, Perek Lamed Beis, and Volume 1, and Volume 2, and Volume 3, and Baruch Hashem now there's Volume 7. And that was my moment that I realized that if Hashem gave you a talent, everyone has the ability and the opportunity. We just need to be like that Yosef and think out of the box with that colorful coat. How can I use my gifts and my ability to be able to utilize everything I'm given in order to make this place a dwelling place for Hashem? So l'chaim to every single one of you, l'chaim to every single one of us. Next time we look in the mirror, let's ask this $1 million question. Is the me that I see the best that I can be? L'chaim.